Hi, this is Reg Athwal, and welcome to another episode of Millionaire Mistakes, where I get a chance to talk about mistakes that I've made or I've witnessed from working with other millionaires and billionaires around the world over the last 20 years or so, and just really giving you a few insights and ideas that can help you, and more importantly, avoid these mistakes. So, the key topic for today's episode is around environments. Before, I've talked about childhood, parents. I've talked about your life partner in other episodes. I've talked about coaching and mentoring and peer groups. So if you get a chance, you could watch the other episodes. But for today, the link to all of those now is environment. We're all built differently. What I realized with myself, some of the mistakes that I was making very early on in my business career was I'm very good in small doses. So what does that mean? Well, the first thing is to understand your profile. In our company, our group company, when we're working with clients, we do something called DNA profiling. Is to map someone out on our model and our matrix to understand what type of profile they are. And there's many different tests out there that one could do. A lot of psychometric tests like DISC, Myers-Briggs, Belbin, SHL, many good products out there. And the one that we created was very much based on inner talents. So one of my profiles is what we call an innovator profile. So typically, this profile is someone whose head or brain, I should say, works at a very, very fast speed, finds it difficult to focus on one thing for a certain amount of time, needs variety, very good at giving ideas and shaking things up, moving things forward, solving big problems. But at the same time, if you get too much of me, because of all those ideas, there could also be confusion. So what I realized very early on in my career as an entrepreneur is that if when I was working in office environments with my teams and going in every day, it didn't really lead to significant results. When I had a separate office and not in an open planned area with my team, and then drop down to meet them in a structured manner for a few hours every week, that worked a lot better. And then later on in my entrepreneurial career, I realized that I needed to be away from the team altogether. We're all built differently. So my environment, in order for me to perform at peak state and deliver the right output, what I needed was the right working environment. And for me, that meant my own space where I could think, where I could create, where I could do things. And then when I needed to, I could then go meet all the team in small doses. So I hope that makes sense for others who are out there, watching this video, the viewers right now, where if you're similar to me, drop something in the comments, let me know. You could be built differently in other ways. So for example, some profiles should not be in the office at all. I mean, if they're working with the same people every single day, they may clash, a lot of conflict. You get people with a very strong ego, and maybe they're better suited to be in the public domain. And then there's others who, even with the crisis this year, they can only perform when they are with people. They have to. This virus and social distancing and everything else will drive certain people mad because they like touching people, they like hugging people, they like to be sat with other people in an open planned office. They like that synergy, they bounce off others. So these are a few things I just wanted to leave you with today when it comes to making mistakes. For some entrepreneurs building their businesses, they don't spend enough time realizing what is the right working environment for me. And that's really what I want to leave you with. What is the right working environment for you? Should you be working on your own and then interact in small doses? Should you be with people all the time? And obviously, after the pandemic situation is over, hopefully people can go back to their offices and then restructure in the right way to make that happen. And decide what's the frequency of your profile, your DNA profile requirement with other people. Should you be seeing them more frequently? Should it be more infrequently? Is it daily, once a week? These are a few things for you to consider. And as someone said to me many years ago, some people are great working in a rabbit hutch, okay, using that terminology. Some people are very good working in an open planned office with everybody, and some people are very good working remotely with limited face to face communication in an office environment. They can use technology and other things, but they're very good in small doses. And the last thing I'll leave you with, once travel bans are lifted around the world, there's some of us that enjoy traveling. It gives us that variety. For me, at my peak, I used to travel probably 3.5 weeks a month. And I think for the future, a week a month is absolutely perfect. And that creates some more variety. It gives you a chance to travel the world, see some new things, meet new people, generate new ideas. So I think that's another part of it, which is what's your DNA when it comes to variety, not getting stuck into a routine. I know many people right now that are using Zoom and WebEx and whatever other platform for their virtual meetings, and they're stuck in their home offices or a home environment. If they don't even have an office, they're utilizing whatever space they have to communicate with people and do their work. And some people, they're going mad. Doing this for 3 months every day and not getting out and about is driving them mad, especially the people who need to connect with other human beings and work well and excel well in that type of environment. So, these are other things that we need to consider. Are we okay with the routine? Have you got employees as well that don't make these mistakes? Because you may think, oh, remote is the way to go for the future, but there'll be certain people that you employ and some of your leadership team members that will work more effectively by giving them a flexi time, can still carry on working remotely, while there'll be others that are desperate to get back into that office. So there's no right or wrong here. I'm just giving you my opinions, some things for you to think about, just based on my experiences. Is find the right environment for you, for your profile, the way you need to operate. And if you do that, you will excel. Last thing I'll leave you with, which I've seen happen so many times with clients that I've worked with over the years, is the ones who need to focus to do their job really well have to limit their distractions. And the amount of times I've seen an open door policy where anybody can come and talk to you at any time and people are not being productive, or meeting millionaires, business owners, and saying, look, how come nothing's really happened this month, and yet you've got so many different projects and opportunities, but yet none of them have been concluded on, none of them are being executed on at the right pace, with the right urgency, with the right speed. And the reason is because they're all over the place. They're being distracted. So I find, for me personally, you could be different. Some people love to have a messy office with files everywhere, but yet they know where everything is. That's great. That's what makes them work. For me, I'm OCD. I've got to have everything in the right place, neat, tidy, so my mind can work, and I've got to have certain times locked in my diary where I am on do not disturb. Nobody should be disturbing me. I'm not going to keep looking at my WhatsApp messages or my emails. I'm focused on that one thing that I've got to do for that 1 hour or 2 hours. And I found that is the fastest way of being productive, getting more done. So I just wanted to leave you with that as well, because that's something that comes up often in a working environment, is you deciding, is it an open door policy or it's not an open door policy? Or everyone knows from 3 o'clock to 5 o'clock it is an open door policy, but don't disturb me on these other times during the day. But we'll talk more about that in future episodes. Hopefully I've left you with a couple of things to at least think about. If you're not subscribed to the channel, hit the subscribe button. Like the video, helps with the algorithm to reach more people. And leave your comments with anything that you picked up from this episode. And that's me. I'm done for now. See you next week for this show episode on Millionaire Mistakes.